Hey, you. Come here. Come here. How you doing? So yeah, bad guys. Yeah, I felt like I had to do an intro like that. Oh, I see why you're scared, because I'm the big bad Clockwork Highlander, huh? Bad guys. I didn't get around to seeing this when it first came out, but there's kind of a lull this week. In the next week, I'll be honest. I didn't really care about seeing Firestarter. I wasn't interested, and I did have someone requesting Bad Guys, so there you go. I finally saw it. Next week, though, I will have something to see. Well, I'm gonna go see Downton Abbey next week, not because I really want to, but because I kind of want to, because I'm not really a fan of the series. That's actually not true at all. I never watched the series. Had a muscles twinge there. That was interesting. I never watched the series, so I feel like it'll be interesting to see what my perspective of this movie is as someone who didn't watch the series. But we're talking about the bad guys, so I got to see the bad guys. And hey, look, I'll give full credit. The movie's not amazing. It's not groundbreaking. It is not really breaking new ground at all. That's what groundbreaking means. It's not, exploring new themes or anything like that. But I don't really think it's trying to. It's not trying to be anything other than it is. And what it is it's it's the standard, hey, the villains are villains. They enjoy being villains, but it's because they were never given a shot to be something else, but they enjoy what they do. And they finally get caught by said, hey, we'll be good. We're going to turn over a new leaf. And it's them realizing, hey, we want to be good. That's the story, and right from the get, you can tell where the story's going to go, ultimately. If or not they're going to reform, you can see where it's going to go, obviously. But that doesn't make it a bad movie. I actually found this a very entertaining. It's a very delightful film. It's uniquely animated. I think I'll get that out of the way right now. It's uniquely animated because it reminds me a bit of Into the Spider-Verse in terms of its animation style. That stylized CGI. And I was watching it, and the more I watched it, the more I realized that it's basically a CGI'd cartoon. And what I mean by that is, if you had a Saturday morning version of this that was hand drawn and turned it into CGI with still those animated tropes you get in cartoons, that's what this style is. You get like sweat drops. The CG is uniquely it looks like it's been kind of drawn over like a pencil. It's very unique looking in that way. And it works. These characters are very animated. They're very cartoony. They're very enjoyable. All the characters are likable. There is a villain. Ultimately, I think anyone can tell there would be a villain ultimately. There is a villain that shows up. I won't say how or why, but if you're really watching, I'll say this. You can probably pick out who the villain ultimately is going to be, but not the steps the villain went to show off that they were the villain. So, yeah, I'll give it that. But no, the characters are likable. Hey, look, man, Sam Rockwell is just a weirdly charismatic guy. He's got a weird cool factor to him, which is great. And he's got a great voice. He's got that really good con man voice to him, which works when he's voicing Wolf. Mark Maron, who voices Snake, he's great. Craig Robinson voices the Shark, who's a lot of fun. Awkwafina as the Tarantula. Anthony Ramos as Piranha. Like, every one of these. Richard Ayoade as Professor Marmalade. All these guys are just having a lot of fun. You can tell they're just enjoying all the stuff they're having to say. There's some fun jokes in there. There's some not groaners, but jokes you go yeah, that's a joke. It's cute, whatever. But there are some jokes you get a legitimate laugh at, more than a few. It's very animated. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of color. It's very vibrant. There's a second dance number, which is a lot of fun in the movie, which is it's great. And it's legitimately, maybe it's just me. I'm a sucker for a good heist movie. I love Ocean's 11. The original one's good too, but I love the George Clooney Ocean's 11. I love it. Hell, Ocean's 8 was honestly solid. Ant-Man is a good heist movie. What was it? The one with, I'm trying to remember which one it was. Oh, the Thomas Crown Affair is actually a good heist movie in many ways. So I'm a sucker for a good heist movie. This is a fun heist movie, man, and it's one for kids. So, well, not kids. It's one for families. So it's not like you have to be paying in-depth attention. But honestly, because there's standard heist tropes in there, you forget sometimes while you're watching that things are going a certain way. And when certain reveals happen, you're like, I didn't even think of that because I was just paying attention because this is within character for certain characters to do. So I'm like, okay, they got me. I actually wasn't expecting that. I was just going along for the ride the whole time. But yeah, I had a lot of fun in that regard. Now I will say this. I'm not saying I need like a 20-minute explanation paragraph of what happened, how this world works, or anything like that. Honestly, sometimes you don't even need to have that question even brought up. But it's pretty obvious that this is a movie that at least needed something to explain why there's anthropomorphic animals out there. Except the snake, who's just a snake, and tarantula. But why there are animals out there that can converse with humans. They seem to be in the minority, as we only see the governor who's a fox, the crew, and I'm trying to think, did we see, and Marmalade who's a guinea pig, and yet we see other animals like guinea pigs that are just guinea pigs. There's the kitten in the tree. There's a kitten in the tree. So there's no explanation on how this world actually works. I don't need, like I said, I don't need I don't need to take a third of the film into the equation to explain it. I don't even need 5 minutes, but even a 1 minute explanation, 2 at tops, would at least give me okay, so that's how this world works. Okay. But there's nothing. It's just, this is the world. Now, there is a plot point in the movie involving an incident where I'm like, oh, okay, so that's how this happened. And then it gets revealed no, that's not how this happened. This just happened in the world. So what? I'm sorry. It wasn't jarring. It didn't take me out of the movie, but it was a question that was rattling through my head during the whole movie. So it doesn't get explained how this world actually works, why there are creatures, animals that can, are basically humanoid, or at least sentient and can function as such. And then there aren't animals that do that. So, I don't know. And then, movies. But, yes, that's my new explanation for anything that doesn't make sense. Movies. In that tone of voice. Movies. I don't know. Anyway, ultimately, I had a lot of fun with the bag. Oh, excuse me. Bourbon. I just had dinner. I had a lot of fun with the bad guys. It was a good time. I don't regret seeing it. It's not in my top. It definitely won't make my top 10 of the year. Hell, I saw a trailer for at least one movie that's coming up that I think I really want to see. Okay, I've been hearing this is a problem, too many ads for trailer movies and all that. And maybe it's because this movie's been out now for 5 or 6 weeks. But, so what happens is there's an ad, okay, 2 ads before the trailers actually start. Okay, the trailers start. And we get that Paws of Fury, Legend of Hank trailer. I'm like, okay, this is stupid. But whatever. And then we get 2 ads. And then 2 more trailers. And I'm like, wait, what? Normally there's 5 or 6 trailers. And look, I don't care if you want to slim the trailers down, but why did you put 2 freaking ads in there? No one gives a shit about the ads. That you've always played the ads prior to the trailers, maybe 1 in there among the trailers, or you have 1 other ad leading into the movie, and then it's just been trailers. But that wasn't the case here, and I found that very annoying, to be honest. All 3 of them were anime movies. There was that one, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. Hey, look, man, I'm an unabashed fan lover of the first Puss in Boots. And, to get Antonio Banderas back, Selma Hayek, "Feed me if you dare." Come on, man. I love Puss in Boots. Still one of my favorite moments. I don't know. Something about that is just such a badass, awesome moment in Shrek 2. Where, he goes, today I repay my debt. Maybe it's because there's also the music of I Need a Hero playing in the background, where he just says that, and then he goes, on God! Like, he's fighting to take them on to buy his friends. I don't know, something about that, like, 15 seconds of screen just makes Puss in Boots such an awesome character. I don't know, I always get kind of, like, jazzed when I think about that scene. I just love it. What was the other movie I saw? It's another movie coming out this year. It wasn't Lightyear. I was expecting it's animated. Disney actually did who did the bad guys? I think it's Universal or Paramount, if I'm not mistaken. Who did it? Who done it? Woo, doggy. Let's see here. What was it? Yeah, it's either Universal or Paramount. The bad guys. Yeah, hold on. It's Universal. And honestly, it looks like they're going to turn a little bit of a profit on this, and good for them. I like the bad guys. It deserves it. I wouldn't mind a sequel, honestly. How good that sequel would be, I have no idea, but I wouldn't mind one. What was the other movie? There was only 3 trailers, and I can remember 2 of them. One I'm like, and the other one I'm like, hey. And I think the third one I was kind of like in the middle. Hold on, let me actually get because we're pretty much done with the video. I recommend seeing this if you enjoy animated films. But what was the other movie? Let me get the list of movies coming out this year up. Where is it? There we go. 2022 movie releases. I know it was animated, so that'll help slim the herd down here a little bit. It was not Bob's Burgers. It was not Jurassic. Oh, it was Minions. That was it. It was Minions Rise of Gru. Hey, look, the first Minions is cute. I liked it fine. It wasn't amazing, but it's not supposed to be amazing. It's the Minions, and I'll admit they probably show way too much of the movie in the trailer, but I like that kind of remix of One Shot, so it worked for me. It worked fine. They're probably not going to play that in the trailer, or in the movie, but yeah. Minions attack! I am pretty despicable. I just like young Gru. I just like young Gru. He's adorable. Anyway, Mini Balls! It's cute. Whatever. I'll probably like it fine. Anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like I said, next week's Downton Abbey. We'll see what the box office looks like this week. I'm curious to see, first off, what Doctor Strange does, but also where all the other stuff lands. It's actually good counter-programming, or not programming. Well, yeah, kind of counter-programming, where, everyone went to see Doctor Strange, so it actually helped these films out a little bit, even though it took a lot away, where, okay, we couldn't get to see Doctor Strange, so we went to go see the bad guys instead, or went to go see Sonic or something like that. Anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you folks for the next one. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and later.